This is week 7 assignment overview. This is a critical week in that we have your management information interview, which is due. Let's take a look at that again just to revisit this. Hopefully you got the person all lined up and you can easily do it. You maybe have this done already, but let's just look at the details here. As you want to write out your questions. So or record them in some shape, manner, or form. So your notes in reference to course concepts. If you have questions about interviewees or how to prepare questions, contact me. Let me know. I'll help you out. But I need lead time, so it's due this week. Got to keep that in mind. So submit reflections on what you learned from the interview as either. So you've got a choice here: 750-word written summary or a 5-minute narrated PowerPoint about your interview and the end of the course, including the following information by the end of the course, excuse me. So you've got a due date here, and it's going to be different for different courses. So who did you interview? So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a couple questions in each of these 4. You want to break these apart, meaning who did you interview? Bold heading, and then regular font, your answer to that. Where do they work? So detail these. Whether you do the PowerPoint or you do the interview, you probably have a narrated PowerPoint. It'd be very similar to the outline for a written summary. So the written summary just will have all the details versus your voiceover. So who'd you interview? Where do they work? What's unique about their management experience? Okay, now these are judgment calls, but you really want to think about them in context of your course and what you've learned so far and maybe goals for learning more. Number 2, what did you learn or observe about management concepts that excited you? And these are questions for them. What did you learn or observe about management concepts that challenged you? And again, these are questions for them. Don't discuss this with the interviewee. If you have taken a management position in a company like the interviewees, how would you need to grow or change personally to thrive in your role? Okay. How did they have to do that? Reference interviewees' comments as expected and should be appropriately cited. No outside research or citation are required. No replies are required, and you've got the grading rubric. So again, this is pretty open as far as you do this, but you'll want to post these in good time, and this is why setting these things up ahead of time is so important. Well, let's go back. So that's the management interview. Get the reflection presentation that'll come at the end of the week. Here's your scenario-based discussion. Again, we've got strengths and choices 1, 2, and 3. These are different phases of team development. You got storming, norming, and performing. Okay, and so throughout the course, you've got all the scenario. And all scenario discussions will apply to the various theories, practices, and dynamics of personal work environment where both leadership and management have been, so we haven't changed these at all. So you've got the scenario. Again, you're answering these in light of the scenario. That's why it kind of narrows down your choices and why. Okay, you should be really good at this by now. So scenario modification. For this week, imagine the above standard scenario and also, so we're adding to the variables here. Managing and motivating work teams in the environment can be challenging because most employees are highly trained and skilled in their areas and confident in their self-management. Okay, that it's an opportunity but also a problem potentially. In addition, interpersonal conflicts arise due to highly confident temperament of most. So these people are professionals, they're highly trained, highly educated. How do you manage that? And when they are they think they can be self-managed potentially, and maybe they can, but that's what you got to think your way through. In addition, most work is project-based, requiring collaborations within cross-functional teams that are diverse in both discipline and culture. Cross-functional means you might have, accounting people with finance people, with marketing people, or disciplines in manufacturing. I mean, there's lots of ways to look at this, but they're cross-functional. It's not just an HR team or just a marketing team. It's cross-functional. So anyway, five general stages of team development: forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. Imagine you are managing a team in the above scenario. Given the scenario's workforce and the diverse composition of the work teams, which stage do you expect will take, this is the key question, which stage do you expect will take the longest and be most difficult? And then again, how does technology influence your assessment? You include that very plainly in each of these. So that should be an interesting little study for you. Here again, this is a good way for you to apply what you've learned and what you know and your thinking skills. Okay, let's keep going. Good management exercises. Chapter 15. So we've got 3 different exercises. Again, we're going to want to label these very carefully and be very direct with our responses to these. You got a rubric to consider. Article analysis. You're familiar with this as well. You got the UNWSP library. Articles that must deal with change or disruption to management activities and strategies, current proceedings, the week's content related to the current or preceding week's content. So you've got flexibility here. But I would look at team development as pursuant to what we're talking about if you can. Articles should be recent within 5 years. Trade articles are acceptable. 500,000 word analysis. Here's the different parts. Again, you're going to want to label the headings. Like here, there's 1, 2, and 3. You're going to label these in bold with your answer following in regular font. You got the grading criteria. And again, this is why you start early in the week and not at the end to get this work done. All right, and then I believe there's one more assignment, the article analysis. Management informational interview. We just went through that. You'll want to complete that and then refer back to the reflection presentation, your experience with that as well. That should take you to the end of week 7. One more to go. Good luck.